Hãy subscribe Dari for the peaceful South Sudan may be really realized one day. And that is the reason why we need to keep ourselves, our head up high, work as South Sudanese with a bright future, proud people of the Nile. South Sudan has an agenda of 2040. And in that national agenda, South Sudanese aspire to build exemplary nation, a nation that is educated, informed, prosperous, productive, and innovative, compassionate and tolerant and free, just and peaceful, democratic and accountable and safe, secure and healthy, and united as proud people. This vision needs a collective action. It needs a collective responsibility for all of us South Sudanese to achieve this vision. Our ability to make sense of our struggle and bounce back from any form of oppression during dark period of our country history is a testimony to the world. As people of South Sudan, we can be very proud and still hopefully that we can together and any time overshadow the dividends of whatever that we have got as a nation. And the dividend of our martyr to pay the ultimate sacrifice is the independence of South Sudan. As we all know that any experience is a learning opportunity, no matter how difficult or painful the situation may be. Now, I am optimistic, and I hope all of us are optimistic, that still we can together make our country still shine and reign forever. Thus, our unity is paramount now as South Sudanese, and not tomorrow. During COVID, as Western Australian, as South Sudanese West Australian, we did our best, we try our best, we stick together, we check on one another, we delivered the little thing that we have in our hand into the doors of our elders and our families and those who are struggling. I just want to say thank you very much for doing that. And I thank all the volunteers, and especially our ethnic community leaders, for their tireless work. During COVID, it wasn't easy. And I want to acknowledge you in front of all of you here. I want to also thank the committee members of the South Sudanese community. They did a great job. They stick together during a dark time and during a bright time. And they stand with me for us to make sure that we still have South Sudanese community as an association in Western Australia. So thank you very much, my colleague, for whatever that you have done. You did that for the interest of your people, the South Sudanese people. We, the South Sudanese, we are part of African community, and we play our role like the rest of the other nation. It doesn't matter how South Sudan is old or young. So finally, I want to thank you kids. I hope you enjoy yourself. We make this function especially for you, to have fun, run around, connect with each other. You are all South Sudanese. You are not Dinka, you are not Nuer, you are not Bari, you are all South Sudanese. And that's the only identity that you know each other. So I hope you enjoy yourself. When you go home, you remember today is the Independent Day of South Sudan. So finally, happy 12 years anniversary and happy birthday, happy 12th birthday of the independence of South Sudan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Can we give a round of applause to John, please? Thank you very much. Your words means a lot. Indeed, it is our collective responsibility to make our country shine. And our ethnicity make us strong. Now, the next speaker will be Honorable Ayorma Kurshot, Member of Legislative Council for Northern Metropolitan. Please, Honorable, come forward. And before the Honorable take his her position, I wanted to acknowledge the presence of our brother, Simon Galwak. So he's here with us, he's from Melbourne, so he moved to Perth, so we acknowledge your presence.
Thank you, Makir. I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians on the land on which we meet, the Wajak people of Noongar Nation. I pay my respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. And can we please give a round of applause to Betty? Betty, your acknowledgement to country was even better than mine. You should be very proud of yourself. And it means that we have future leaders in our community. So yeah, well done, Betty. And whoever that came up with that idea, I am proud of that. We need to teach our young people from a very early beginning so we can teach them this basics knowledge. Can I also talk a little bit about the importance of the voice? The Voice to Parliament is a campaign that is happening now. And as I just opened with the acknowledgement to country, it would be good if our community can educate yourself and talk to the community leaders and see how important it is for us to actually understand the voice and for us as immigrants to really see if there's a capacity we can support it. To me personally, I support the voice, and the reason why I support the voice is because I am a minority. I grew up here as a minority, and one particular thing the indigenous are asking the community is that we need to be given our issues for us to solve our own personal problems. So they are asking that give us our problem as the indigenous for us to support the government and be able to influence the policies that are being brought up forward for our people. And that's all they are asking for. There's a lot of information on the voice on the internet. You can go and see your local members of parliament, and also the community leaders are quite aware of what is happening with the voice. So it's good for me to touch base on that. Happy Independence Day to all the South Sudanese. I am a South Sudanese. 2005 was a day we came to Australia, and it was a day when we got our independence. It was a time when we got our independence. We came here knowing that we have our country, and to me, it's a very important day. And for me, I give acknowledgement to you, John, and your team, particularly Makir, Anna, Victoria, and the rest of the team. I saw well before as a young person, so keep up the wonderful work, because the community is built on voluntarily work. Australia is where it is today because of people that do voluntarily work. Can I also give acknowledgement to all the community leaders, the South Sudanese community leaders. I won't acknowledge you in one particular way, but yeah, thank you for all the work you do. Also to the guests of honor, Uncle John Mabok, thank you for coming, and I look forward to hearing your word of wisdom. Of course, to all the families that have attended with the children, because one of the things that I advocate every day since I became a member of parliament is to actually see a higher number of young people participating at things like this, because our young people are our future, and they're the reason why we're doing what we do every day, and we need to actually bring them to places where they can actually learn and better their future. Well, you heard from Makir before. I think the audience is quite different, and to me, I like to speak to the young people. I can see that the number of the young people in this event is quite high. So you young people, my name is Ayorma Kurshot. I was elected in 2021 in Mark McGowan team, the Premier Mark McGowan, and I was the first South Sudanese person elected in Parliament. And my English is not good as your English. So to me, the reason why I say that, I came here as a young person, 16 years old, who couldn't speak English, and I made it to Parliament. To me, the message that I want to leave here, you have a place in this beautiful community that we stay in. You have a place here, but you can only get that place if you connect yourself well. If you integrate, if you connect yourself to the right people in the community so they can support you to achieve your goal. Listen to your parents. When they say this is something that is going to benefit you, please listen to your parents, because the life is for your life. I talk to my son every day. I have a 16-year-old. My message to him is that I'm working hard for you, but I want you to work hard for yourself as well, because this is your new country. I want you to have a better life. I'm not asking you to work hard and get up, go to school, get yourself a job, engage yourself for me, but it's for yourself so you can have a prosperous life in this country. So to the young people, if someone say to you that you cannot become anyone, don't listen to them. Because growing up, I never expect myself being a member of Parliament today. And now I'm representing your voices in Parliament is something that all of you should be proud of, and it means that one day, if one of you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you can do it. You just need to be determined. You need to connect yourself to the right people that can support you. If you feel like you're not good enough, get yourself mentors, get yourself people that can support you. We parents as well, we need to integrate as well. We need to connect our children. Like you brought your kids here today, we need to do that more often. We need to take our children to where they can actually get opportunity, where they can actually grow. So like I said before, the audience is quite different. It's an audience of young people, and I'm proud to speak in front of young people. So my office is in Westminster, 1 Road Road. If you have any issue that you would like me to assist you with, most of the community leaders already know where I am. I am there to give you support. Normally they ask me, one of the questions, which area of, where in Parliament are you? I'm in the upper house. So upper house, we're the house of the review, so we look at the policies that are coming from the lower house, and we discuss on those policies, and we see if we can amend them, or if we're happy with the policies, and those policies, we sign them off to the next person, who is the governor, and the governor make it a law, and that's where we are as a country. Most of the laws, they come from people like us. So we actually make laws in Parliament every day. So that's my job. So I have a very important job. So it's a job that really means that we have to look at the issues that are happening in the community, and so basically public policies that are happening in the community, and we discuss on those policies that actually can help our people in the country. So thank you so much for having me today. Independence Day is a very good day for all of us to reflect on the issues that we've been through as a country, as South Sudanese. And to me, I look at it as a day where we could actually say, we have done a great job as South Sudanese. We're contributing in Australia, we're contributing around the world. It's a day where we can say, look, we are people, we're the youngest nation. And the youngest nation, we have so many success stories as the youngest nation. We have geologists, we have sportmen. We have so many success stories in this beautiful country, where it is a day that we should reflect. Under 12 years, we have achieved so much. There's so many immigrants that came here a long time ago, and I think we are on the same level as them. So we South Sudanese, we are go-getters, we're people who work hard, we're such a hard-working people. We're a resilient community. We went through a lot. People like us, my father was killed in the war. We're a community that let go of the past and move on to the future. So happy Independence Day to all my South Sudanese in Australia, and of course in Perth, and of course in Africa. So thank you, Makir, as the best MC for the day, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Honorable. Please give it up. Clap for Honorable Yormaku. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, we made a history. We mark our presence in Australia. Australia is our home now. Second home. We have you as a member of our State Legislative Council. So we are proud of you. So this is our second home. And your message to young people is really well received. Young people, yes, they don't have any excuses not to achieve their potential if they work hard and get connected like you say. Now, we will be entertained by our local artists. Magai is one of our local made artists from Western Australia, Perth particular, and Mirrabooka. So we are proud of him. So he's one of the Lost Boys, Judge Hammer. So you could see history in him. So he dressed in full military fatigue. So give it up to Magai so he will entertain us.
I'm not going to talk anymore or more like the others because I come here in case to make you happy, to let you happy. First of all, I greet my father, General John in case he always with us. And I greet my chairman, Accord, for what he done today. That's what I'm going to tell you today. And I will show you whatever make you happy. And I greet all the various chairmen for the African and white people, including the others, if I forgot. I greet you all that is my message, which I can make you enough. And then the following, you will see. Second, I'm Lost Boy. I start. I love my country when I'm 13 years. Start from 87 up to Ethiopia. And I start thinking from Ethiopia there, I start thinking around 89 when I was being trained until now. And now I'm a musician. So I don't have any much to say. And I'm not going to put the song for the Lost Boy or Red Army because they are not organized. And I see all the people who are here, they are mixed. So the song which I select today is a new song. And the song for what I see on the way when Bargadal have a journey to Ethiopia. These two songs I'm going to sing today and enjoy. And I give you time in case for other people. Thank you. Guy right there, I will. Singer. Man from South Sudan. I greet Salva Kiir Mayadi and I greet you on Garang. And I'm happy that the one who trained me. Bye. One song for Red Army, one song only. Kudwa John Garen, find there Joe away. Kudwa Talfakir, find there Joe away. Kudwa Dun Bandit, Kudwa Japaben, the way you can walk. Kudwa Dun Bandit Kakumada, where you can walk. Kudwa Japaben, the way you can walk. Kudwa Dun Gorium, Tungu Tokaje. Agora, no matter the year by the Gobra, then you don't go and your magic. Timijam, like a bin bang, running, a division. I want a jam, I want a door when that Kativijam, when you go on, let Jen Kamuka and go over your. Oh, Okumalaga, Bulu, Kalan Kowala, Kalan Jezora, Kalan Kowala, Jenny Tipioria, Kativijala, Manila Luala, Then Judo, I think Kalan Kowala, Kativijam, Vandaka Jugongo, Abu Guruzong, you will know it, John. Hadi Magura Bulu, Kalan. Can you what your secret? I hope your finder did to John Gaju well being that. I would go down and good song. Anyway, John Daniel. Oh, what a dog, John Daniel. Whoever Jiri, John Daniel. You would go as in Jara, John Daniel. Thank you.
Well, I want not to get you bored. I will be giving this speech for, or in 6 minutes. And the word counts of my text is 807 words. The message is in commemoration of the 12th anniversary of Independence Day of the Republic of South Sudan, presented by SPLA veteran Abraham Jokmobok on 9th of July 2023, Perth, Western Australia. I recognize the distinguished guests, but let me begin. Dear compatriots, men, women, and children in diaspora, on behalf of the SPLA veterans and the South Sudanese community in diaspora, I am delighted to be honored, and may I also take the opportunity to highlight some historical backgrounds about them which lasted for 23 years from 1983 to 2004. First, let me remind you that if you do not have the past, you don't have the future. This means if you want to be a nation, you must have history, and this is why we are here. Indeed, there are many reasons why the South took up arms and fought, because too many agreements had been dishonored for decades by the Arab regime in Khartoum. For example, the 1947 Juba Conference, the Roundtable Conference of 1965, and the Addis Ababa Accord in 1972, all promises ended in vain. You are also aware that the history of our struggle was a long walk to freedom, but I will only touch just a few points that were of significance to our armed struggle for 21 years. First, the uprising in Bor was led by Commander Karabino Kwanyinabo. This incident was linked to the forced transfer and integration of Anyanya 1 forces into the Arab armies in the north, with the intention of disarming Southerners in violation of the Addis Ababa Agreement. Second, The dissolution of southern governments and the redivisions of the South, which was another abrogation or violation of the Addis Ababa Agreement. Thirdly, the imposition of Islamization and Arabization of the South by the Arab rulers in Khartoum, because they looked to the Middle East rather than look to the Africa. Fourth, the digging of the Jonglei Canal and the discovery of oil in the south, as well as the issue of border dispute, such as Ijilich, Point 14, Joda, Kafia Kingi, Ufural Nas, and Abia Era, which the Arabs have grabbed till now. The last point is to remind you that in the old Sudan, Southerners used to work in restricted roles and were subjected to mistreatment as second-class citizens in their own country until they go on pension or are dismissed based on the policy of discrimination, inequality, oppression, marginalization, enslavement, and underdevelopment. This was the root cause for resentment among Southerners that unleashed or triggered the war against the repressive regime in Khartoum. As a result, it is estimated that 2.5 million Southerners have been killed in the two wars of Anyanya 1 and the SPLA. However, in any war, you cannot win victory without setbacks. This means the history of our struggle is a mixture of victories and setbacks as shown below. For example, split within the SPLA in 91, which is still ongoing to this day, e.g. the establishment of 5 vice presidents who operate independent from the SPLA. Defection of the South militias to the enemy side to divide and defeat us, which was both tragic and betrayal. Retaking of liberated areas by the enemy, which was on and off. By contrast, our armed struggle plus the following negotiated protocols have paved the way for our independence. As a result, the 5 protocols were endorsed on 9 January 2005 in Nairobi by world leaders for the resolution of the conflict, and were carefully worded and formulated into into CPA for a referendum after 6 years, leading to the ultimate independence of South in 2011. The protocols were as follows. Protocol on self-determination, which was a tricky one. Use of ballots than bullets were not to fight in the battlefield but fought on the table. Protocol on separation of religion from the state. Another tricky one. It was freedom of worship. Protocol on power and wealth sharing, which made 2 governments, 2 armies, and 2 flags to exist in one country. Protocol on arrangement, on security arrangement, as ceasefire and cessation of hostilities for peace. Protocol on Abia area, Nuba Mountains, and Blue Nile, but were under reservation. The 5 protocols were signed by the superpowers, such as USA, Russia, China, UK, and France, EU, AU, and Arab League, which was not to be dishonored again like the Addis Ababa Agreement. Last but not the least, the credit of honor goes to our hero and founding father, Dr. John Garang de Mabor, whose wisdom and talent have been instrumental to the achievement of the CPA for a referendum and independence. I also extend this to all other founding fathers of the Republic of Southern Sudan, including the President Salva Kiir Mayadi, who contributed to the success of the referendum and independence after the death of Dr. John Garang. Finally, let us be proud to celebrate this joyful day because we are free at last. Freedom Oye, SPLA Oye, the 25th anniversary Oye, long live the unity of the Sudan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mzee Abraham. Please give it up, give a round of applause to Mzee Abraham. Thank you very much. That's the beauty of having an elder amongst us. He walked us through the history and he highlighted the most important milestone in our history. So thank you so much for doing that. Now we don't have, our time is like very limited and we wanted to party. So I will ask the DJ to give us a song so we can party a little bit. And then maybe we have like 3 speakers left and then we can party till 8 o'clock. All right, DJ, can you warm us up, please? So the floor is open. Oh, Honorable Yormakur is about to leave. So thank you so much for coming. And happy Independence Day to you too.
Security. I'm a family person. I got my wife and my children. My wife is Berlin Porter. I got my children, and I am the leader of the Liberian community. I am the ambassador of Brown Beans Children Welfare Charity Group. I am the living legend of all African community in Western Australia. We have played our role in this country among the citizens of this country, the people that got the land of this country. We have played a vital role with them. I'm a security officer. I work at Mirrabooka bus stations. I build the community. I visit all families. I respect all families. And I will say to you, thank you for inviting me, and thank you for inviting all the African community. I put all your flowers in my community chat room. I distributed your flower to every member that I know of on social media. As we're talking, I got a lady here. She's the chair lady of the Voice of Sierra Leone, Batu, aka Queen B. She's just there sitting down, and she honored your program. She came all the way from the south side. Mama, can you please stand? Please. She drove from the south side just to come and honor this program. You people are very important to every one of us. I love you all. My community wish you guys all the best. And my own community will be having our independent program on the 22nd of this month. It will be a big program. We got everything on social media. I can share it. I share it with your chairman, everything. So only one invite from your chairman is good for everybody to see. I hope we all respect our community. Community leaders is a major people in our life. Yes, community leaders are major people. What the community leaders say is done. We should respect with the youth, with the children that are coming up, we should respect our community. We should know that there is a community, we should know that there is the elders. You see that old mom there? If I see her at the bus station, I give her the first priority. Mommy there. Nobody will enter public transport, so long she's around, I will make sure she get on the bus first. When Daddy was going to school to get his master, I used to be with him on the bus stop, putting him on the bus. So community is great. Thank you, MC. I love you all, I respect you all.
Thank you, Mr. Sunday. Give it up for Mr. Sunday. Thank you so much. Indeed, we need to look out for one another, so your message is well received. Now I will give the president of the Eritrean community to come forward, Mr. Said. Give it up for Mr. Said, president of the Eritrean community.
Thank you very much for having me here. First of all, I would like to congratulate for your Independence Day. I remember in 1991, so when we get our independence in Eritrea, the whole country was in a cheering, in a love and freedom, and feeling the peace after the 30 years of war. I know what that means to you. You suffered a lot, but you achieved at the end of the day. But still, there is a lot to go far. As in Africa, we have this issue. The background of war is as if it is imposed upon us, we cannot coming out of it. But now here we have the opportunity to organize ourselves as the communities, and we are inviting each other. Alhamdulillah, that's greatness of the Almighty Creator, whether we are from Christian, Jew, Muslim, whatever, regardless. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran addresses, and you know Arabic, I know most of you, the elders especially, you know Arabic, but for the kids, I'll translate in English one verse, just I want to quote one verse from the Quran. Ya ayyuhan nasu inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ. O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female, and made you peoples and tribes, that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah knowing and accounted. Indeed, Allah is knowing and acquainted. So, by this verse, we know now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created us. We didn't choose our color, we didn't choose our status, we didn't choose our anything. But we can choose our deeds. If we want to be good citizenships, we can install the culture that we have, that we inherited. Respecting elders, looking after your neighbor, looking after your weak people. So this culture, we have it in Africa. We love together. We cry together. I remember one of the professors in South Africa, I forget his name, he was just commenting with someone from Western culture. He told him, you pay to laugh for the entertainment. You go for cinema to laugh. But we laugh together and we cry together. So your joy is my joy today. Your happiness is my happiness. So my community on behalf of my community, I would like to convey my greetings to all of you here. And I wish you all the best for the coming year also. What only thing that we want to do now, I knew John, the president of the South Sudanese community. I met him in Asad in a meeting, and then he gave us the very inspiring story about his life. And then since that week, we have the relationship, and I know also David from your community, the one who was teaching us there. I took the leadership course with Sival. So now, I came to know the communities. So there is a lot to do together. Let us come, work together without having any division. Allah chose who to be this color and this to be this color. We are out of this scenario of the previous. I know how much you suffer in the name of Islam, but Islam is free of this. There is no oppression in its entirety in the book of Allah, because humiliating someone because of his religion, of his color, of his background. So forgive everything that happened in the previous, and let us bring for the future, bright future for our community, especially for the kids who brought here, who raised here. They don't know that that fear-mongering stories back in the ground. Now from this, I want to convey one message to the South Sudanese government through you, because communities work together. My message is from all of you who have the word to reach the government. My fellow citizens of Eritrea are suffering now because of the war which break among the Hemeti and Al-Burhan. As you know, most of them, they got a chance to get in South Sudan. But when they came to the airport, they are not giving them the chance. Imagine this. They are suffering. We were like them. We got the opportunity, we are here. So if we can assist us in this, in any shape or form, to settle this issue, it will be really appreciated. That's why the communities work together. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Like, you know, we're living in this country and our problems here are bigger than the problem that these people are facing. So we'll pass your message around. Thank you very much. Can you give it up to Mr. Former Say, please? Thank you. Now, the next speaker will be Queen B, the voice of Sierra Leone. Please give it up for Queen B.
I always say peace belongs to you and I. No one is responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for your happiness. I am responsible for my happiness. Our country is responsible for their happiness. Don't allow someone to come in between us and let us fight. It is a disgrace to us African. We are too smart, we are strong, we are talented. We are the first generation. We are ordained in front of God. Let's think twice, Africa. Let's love each other. Let's work as a family. Let's forget about the grudge, the grievances, and move on. Let's build up ourselves. Let's speak to the people back home. We are able, we have the capability to call them back home and tell them to stop the fighting.
Words means a lot. Indeed, there's no need for us to kill ourselves. We should sort our problems on the table, not with the bullets. Now, I will give this opportunity to our guest, our new family member who migrated from Melbourne to Perth. So he's part of us now. Mr. Galwak, you have 3 minutes to do a remark. Please give it up for Mr. Galwak.
Thank you very much, Brother McCare. Like those who have spoke before me, I also extended my congratulatory message to all of you on this very occasion day. Brother John Achek, thank you so very much with your team for having this day in your memory. I want to extend my greater happiness to all African community and the Serb community who have appeared here today, and of course our brother and our father, Abraham Jok Mabek. Like anybody else, I'm being disheartened by what we see in here in our country, in South Sudan. I want to share with us a couple of what I call takeaway messages. I ask myself, what can I do in this situation instead of pointing a finger of blame onto someone else? What can I do personally? Because I know our liberators have done their part, the remaining one is you and I to pick it up. And how can we pick it up? We can pick what was not built in a number of ways. One of them is the trust building. Friend, tribalism is a great cancer. A cancer that lasts longer if nothing is being done for. I always pray together, friend that I can trust from a number of tribes of my country, because the only way that we will build that nation is to be able to build trust, where we eat together, we dance together, we laugh together, we share together. That's one thing that I'm holding on, that I can do my part if I hold on to that. The other that I think that I can hold on to and perhaps contribute to the nations if I hold on to truly is staying away from a language of generalization. It's very easy to pick up on tribe. If somebody from a particular tribe have done something, the whole tribe will be generalized. This is another problem. Can I stay away from tribal mentality? The third aspect is, it is very shameful to be traced to tribe. If you can be known best by the fact that you come from this tribe, it does not honor the principle of humanity. You can see the signature of God that has created all of us, whether you're from Liberia, from Eritrea, you South Sudan, you from Western country. The creator, the signature of what has created all of us seem to be the same. A woman from Asia is the same, has the same structure of a woman created in Africa. A man created in Europe has the same meat and blood like somebody who was created in America or in Africa. So you can see that we are all the same. And the only best thing that can really turn us together and fulfill the principle of humanity is when we don't recognize ourselves from tribe, but we recognize ourselves from a family of humanity. I know that I might have gone a bit further. I want to just conclude my remark here. I have joined the people of Western Australia wholeheartedly. I came here with my family. I am informing the leadership that if there is anything that I can contribute to our community here, I would be more than happy to do that if I can. I once again want to say thank you very much for having me, and Brother McKay for giving me the opportunity today. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Galwak. Please give it up for Mr. Galwak. Thank you so much. All right, we're nearly finished. I will give this opportunity to our only treasurer, David Gadkek. He has a form that he wants to read out to us. Mr. Treasurer David Gadkek, you have 2 minutes. And after Gadkek, I will call the person that will come after him is James Mayan. James Mayan will speak on behalf of all our ethnic community leaders. So James Mayan, get ready. When Gadkek finish, it's your turn. And then Anna, our only vice president of the South Sudanese community, will close the program, and then we party from there.
Thank you, Makir. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all the protocol is preserved. The time given to me is only 2 minutes, but I will try my best to read what I have for our 12th anniversary independence of South Sudan. So my message reads: happy 12th anniversary to the nation remain. This country that our ancestors fought, the flag of South Sudan, is now flown among the flag of the nation in New York. The good news, this is a hope for people of South Sudan. This flag, nobody will bring it down. No one will bring it down until thy kingdom come, until the end of the world. So this is our hope. Let us put our heart into our country. This country will take us. Dividing ourselves along the tribal line will not do anything. It will not bring, it will just set us back. And this is not what our ancestors, our forefathers fought. They fought to free us from the yoke of slavery. They fought to free us from the hardship. They fought to free us from the other bad thing that can affect the human. Please, let us keep our hand, let us unite together and build our nation. This is a few remarks that I can say. I can say thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And for those who do not know me, I am David Garke. I am the treasurer of the South Sudan community in Western Australia. So that is what I can say. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless the Republic of South Sudan. You know the folk, 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 you know the folk. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. David. Give it up for David, our only treasurer. Thank you so much, Mr. David. What a powerful remark. Thank you. We only got 2 people left, and then we can party for the next 30 minutes. We need to be out in this building by 8 o'clock. So Mr. James Mayan will speak on behalf of all our ethnic communities leaders in WA. James Mayan, give it up for him, please.
John Achek, the president of South Sudanese community, our community leader from African communities. Good afternoon. Happy South Sudan Independent Days. I'm standing here on behalf of our sub-communities to represent all of us. I want to thank you, John and the team that have chosen me to take this opportunity. I wish this day would have been like the day we went to the referendum, because when people of South Sudan were about to go to the referendum, the morale was so high. I was in South Sudan, I was in Malakal, and I was in the rally conducted by the youth. And you can see the spirit of unity. On the day our people vote, even if someone punched you or did anything, you always hold one another. I wish those days can come back. On behalf of our sub-community, I want to welcome all our guests, starting with our brothers from African community who have come and attended with us. This is a low-profile independence celebration. Normally when we used to do it, we can see dancing from Dinka community, we can see dancing from Acholi community, we can see dancing from Nuer community, we can see dancing from across our community. But what happened? We go back to our businesses. So I will quote the word of Uncle Jongdit that have said, if you don't have a past, you cannot possibly have a future. Our past has been carried by our ancestors, and we have now picked it up, and it's up to us to have a future. It's not up to anybody else. It's our own to have a future. And I thank you, Uncle Jongdik, for a great speech, reminding us about the history. History is like a dictionary where you go and find some word that you cannot understand. And we thank God for your presence with us, because you can tell us more things that we do not know. I want to say only 2 words. One, when I took my citizenship as Australian citizen, I was asked with 2 questions. One, what is your privileges if you are an Australian? And then I go through them, my privileges. And then the second was, what is your responsibility if you are an Australian citizen? Those 2 questions need to be asked by all of us, South Sudanese. We are privileged to be citizens in this country, and we are also privileged to be South Sudanese. So if we keep those 2 alive in our dream, in our life, they can drive us to a better future. To all of us, we took this day now as simple things, and we come carelessly. We don't take it serious. And this will hurt us from this generation who are playing behind us. Because some of them, they will not know where we come from. If we don't bring them here, if we don't tell them we are South Sudanese. But if we come together all the time and leave all those differences behind and tell them you are South Sudanese, they will pick it up and they will call themselves South Sudanese. I would like to encourage all our communities. There's a word that said by our founding father, Dr. John, he said, let no one push you out of the rail of history. If you leave South Sudan history to some people, it's up to you. But to us, we will hold on to it. Whether South Sudan is alive or not, we will hold on to it. If you run away from the history of the country, it's up to you. But for those of us, we will celebrate it, even if 4 people come. So John, I want to congratulate you for a good job. You have done your part. It's up to us, the sub-community, to encourage our community to come and build this hall and have a good night celebrating our days. But look at us. This number is not even the Nuer community, who is not that big. And even the small community cannot be this number. But look at us. We can fill this hall and dance the whole night. So my brothers and sisters, I want to encourage you, if you are community leaders, are the leaders who are uniting people, not community members. If you are a leader, fight for the unity of South Sudanese. I want to thank you for this opportunity, and may God bless our families that have come, and may God bless our nation and bring a lasting peace. Because at the moment, we have no peace. But God will bring the lasting peace. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Brother James. Give it up for James, please. Our program is almost finished, so I will call upon our only Anna, the Vice President of the South Sudanese community, to come forward and close the program, and then we can party. Please give it up for Anna.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I think majority have spoken all. So first of all, I would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we're on, and I pay my respect to the elders, past, present and emerging. Welcome to our distinguished guests, our elders, our community leaders, our mothers, sisters, brothers, uncles, and all our children. So today is a unique day for us as South Sudanese, as a community, as a country, as a young nation. So we celebrate our 12th year's anniversary of becoming independent. So even though it's very unfortunate that, we didn't get much to have our people here because there have been quite a lot of death in the communities. We do pass our condolences to all the families that are there that have been affected, but still we had to come today and still celebrate our nation, our country, South Sudan. So I don't have much to say because all has been said. And, sitting back, listening to all the speeches, indeed, I was speechless. As a young person, all our young ones over there, they may not know much about the history of our country, but joining together, listening and recording all this history from our elders is what that's gonna keep on, from generation to generation, knowing our culture, knowing our roots and where we come from. No matter where we go, home is always the best. Okay. So, I'd like to give thanks to our executive committee team. Thank you so much, because without you all, we wouldn't have this event happening. I know we've been running up and down behind the scene and so forth. Thank you so much. And to everyone that came in today, that has volunteered, that have listened, that have come up, have a dance, said a word or two, we really do appreciate your presence here today. And to all our community leaders from all different cultural backgrounds, thank you so much for honoring our invitation and coming in here today to celebrate this special day with us. I'd also want to acknowledge all our elders, our mothers, all our sisters. I wouldn't say, because you're all my sisters, our grandmothers that took all this time, because I know it's Sunday. For some of you, obviously, you have to go to work in the morning, but, thinking of your country and coming here today is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much. And to our special lady, the wife to our chairperson, our president, Lily, I just want to say thank you so much for coming in today and supporting us. I do appreciate all that you do, because always they say behind a great man, there is a woman out there working, pushing, and being supportive of her partner or her husband. Because without you, I don't think John would be able to run and do all the things that he do. And finally, I want to acknowledge our chairman, John Achek. Thank you so much. Honestly, all that you do doesn't go unnoticed, because you dedicate your life. It comes from your heart. Being a leader, being a community leader, it's a passion. It's from the heart. It's not about being paid or so. You get all the criticism out there, but honestly, if you do not have the courage and the love for your people, you cannot stand there and do the work that you do voluntarily. So thank you so much. And to our lovely, finally, our MC for tonight, our great General Secretary, Makir. Thank you so much. He runs up and down, does all that he do with all the love, and he's always very supportive. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. Finally, I said I'm not gonna say much. It seems like I've gone forever. I just want to thank everyone today, and whatever you do, go in peace, celebrate and continue to pray for our country, for unity, peace amongst us all, so that we can become one people, one nation, and love each other. Thank you all, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Anna. We are finished officially, and I just wanted to acknowledge a few people. I wanted to acknowledge Victoria for her great work. She's the one that coordinated all the work that you see here. She coordinated the food, the drinks, and all this technical behind. So give it up for Victoria. Also in her team, I wanted to acknowledge Ayan, Amok, Anok, Banan, and his children, Betty and Simon. Thank you so much. I wanted to acknowledge the cameraman. Give it up for him, Mr. Koollife. Thank you so much. Also, I wanted to acknowledge MG, the DJ. Thank you so much, MG. Your services are always valued. Thank you so much. So now, it is officially closed. Let's party. So MG, can you entertain us for the next 30 minutes? Thank you.